name Bitzer has been synonymous with technological excellence, whether it's the domain of plasma technology or whether it's the word of refrigeration and air conditioning. Today we have with us Mr. Rob D. Bruyn, the Managing Director of Bitzer India Private Limited. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bitzer is the world's largest independent manufacturer of refrigeration compressors. They deal in reciprocating screw and scroll compressors, and they also deal in pressure vessels all over the globe. Bitzer also claims to be the manufacturer of the most energy efficient products in its class. They have supplied over 30,000 compressors to the Indian companies like BPCL, IOCL, Reliance, Maruti Suzuki, Taj Hotel, Hotel Leela, and the various international and Indian original equipment makers like Blue Star, Voltas, Seat India, etc. Their process chillers made with their screw and reciprocating compressors are used extensively in power plants, and their central air conditioning systems in major power companies also use Bitzer compressors. So anticipating an exponential growth in the Indian market due to the envisaged setting up of the cold chains for agricultural products, Bitzer is on a major expansion spree. It's in this context we are having today's interaction with Mr. Rob Bruyn. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So Bitzer claims to be a company having compressors with high performance, high intelligence, and energy efficiency.
Yes, sir.
What's the underlying engineering and technology which is driving all this?
I think the European heritage German company. It's a very old conservative German company with more than 75 years of heritage. Its primary focus and its core competence is compression systems for refrigeration and air conditioning. One of the core areas of our growth and our development over the years through our owner is that R&D must be at the forefront of our production and costs of bringing the product to the marketplace. So indeed, our focus is always on being a leader in efficient technologies and getting the product to the market. Inevitably, this is always challenging. I think we also see a number of changes environmentally in terms of refrigerants that are being used. Bitzer is a leader in CO2 technologies today. This is a refrigerant that's becoming very interesting around the globe, certainly in Europe. I've got our technical manager with us, Mr. File. And in Europe, particularly, the CO2 is becoming a very interesting refrigerant solution.
Okay. So you have been having the benefit after benefit buzzword with Bitzer to its customers. Now, what extraordinary services you extend to your clients so that they can continuously get the benefits continuously?
Sure. I think the main thing in India and what we've learned since we've been here, and if I may say, we've got some very good partners in India. Our product has been in India since more than 45 years through the distributors that we have. One of the most important things that we see is the back-end support function, the after-sales support. Of course, we can have the best product in the world. If there's a failure on machinery, as inevitably there is, or some service requirements, then that needs to be addressed very quickly. If we talk about refrigeration, where foodstuffs are involved, then this process must take place very, very rapidly.
Okay.
What Bitzer has done in India is we've established what we call Greenpoint service centres.
Okay.
And these service centres allow our customers to bring the compressors to our workshops, and then we repair and rebuild them back to their original condition.
Okay. So you won the Valerius Fineur Prize for the year 2013. So what was special and unique about winning this award?
The award that Mr. Shuffle, perhaps Mr. File, would you like to discuss this one?
This was is an award for the medium-sized companies, and Bitzer was awarded as one of the top 10 German medium-sized companies. This is a big honor for our company. We're ranking now under the top 10. This was recently happened.
Okay. So it was for your technological excellence?
Yes.
Okay. And sir, we have been also observing that you have been consistently being in the top 100 medium-sized companies for the last 75 years. So we are very curious to know that what discipline and the value systems in the company have led to such a consistent delivery at your part.
I think because the company is still owned by Mr. Schaffler, Mr. and Mrs. Schaffler own the company, they're still active in the company.
Okay.
So his values, one of family, traditional family values are placed on the company, and that of excellence. He demands the very best that his company can provide in terms of engineering and support functions. I think the other thing that's very important for our company is the interrelation between the different departments. So our engineering department, our sales department, our financial strength is very important as well. So these tend to be very big advantages for us, our personal and human relations side of our business as well.
Okay, great. Sir, your Ecoline series of compressors have been greatly in talk.
Yes.
So we would like to know that what's so original and unique about them.
Sure. One of the technological advantages that we've been able to come up with this new compressor is that we've been able to improve its efficiency by up to 12%. And this has been very widely and greatly held. Of course, energy efficiency, and in India is extremely important. But we've had a very good success with the release of this product in India. Why it's come about, I think the technology over those years, the refinements and the understanding of what can be achieved with the current technologies that are available has led to a very big improvement. In engineering terms, and I think we all understand that these days in engineering 1-2% is a good result. We're now talking 12%, so it's been a very big technological breakthrough for us. The other important factor that we see with the Ecoline is that it's suitable for all of the coming refrigerants that we don't know which they might be at the moment, but hydrocarbons, for example, which is very interesting in some markets in the world, and even in India. There's a lot of discussion on some of the hydrocarbons. We're in discussion with some of the IITs, and so these compressors are already suitable for the hydrocarbon market. Whilst there's not a big market at the moment, we perceive that as time goes on, this will come forward.
Okay, excellent. So India is seen both as a very exciting market, but along with a new upcoming market, but along with its intriguing traditions. How do you propose to crack the Indian market and the Indian mindset, the Indian customer? Like, what's so unique and differential about it?
I'm in my 5th year now in India, and I've learned a couple of things. I've learned that I think I'll never understand some of the interesting cultural attributes. But no, seriously, what I have understood is that the Indian culture demands high quality. It knows very well what is high quality, and of course, like we all want good value for money. I think uppermost when it comes to refrigeration equipment, uppermost in the minds of most people is that it should be reliable and it should be serviceable. And I think that this is a very important issue for all of us. If we talk about some of the refrigeration applications that we're involved with, the relative machine cost is actually not so high if we talk about what it is that it's cooling in terms of value. A cold storage facility, for example, if that fails from the mechanical refrigeration side, can have a very big impact in terms of a financial loss for the entrepreneur. So I think that in those terms, the market understands what it needs to have in terms of quality, no doubt. I think that's the most important thing that I've learned anyway.
So, sir, what's the real expectation differential in India vis-a-vis the other countries in the world where you are operating?
For me, to be frankly speaking, quality is important for everybody. And our business, our company, and Mr. Schaffler, our owner, he demands that we always consider the quality of the product. So I think that this is an underlying issue, I think, with most countries and most peoples of the world. Everyone wants good value. Of course, good value is important. So
the absoluteness of the quality defines it all. Sure. So considering the hot and humid climate of India, you have a different technological series of compressors.
Yes.
What is the technological mix you have on offer for the Indian customers?
In terms of the northern states, where we have very wide-ranging temperature, ambient temperature conditions, our compressors are suitable to go to ambience of 52 degrees. So these ambient temperatures are quite often achieved in the north of the country and some of the southern and eastern parts. So I think that our application range of our equipment is very, very suitable for the
So you've customized some technological solutions for the Indian market, or?
I think it's generally, I wouldn't say it's customized for the Indian market in terms of our compressors. If we talk about our added value product, like our rack systems where we build a system condensing unit, for instance, they are definitely optimized for the yes. But the application for our compressors, if we work with a Blue Star or Voltus of the world, in these cases, we work to advise our customers on how they might optimize their system and enjoy the benefits of what our product can offer to their integrated system.
So you have your production facilities only in Germany and some assembling units in Indonesia. Now with your expansion spree, like, do you propose to set up something in India so that?
I think eventually yes. Timeline, tough to say at this stage. There's no doubt that Bitzer has always been looking, and it needs to maintain its cost emphasis. It's always been looking to manufacture the product at the market where it's got most of its sales. In terms of in India, there's no doubt in my mind that at some point in the future there will be manufacturing of equipment here. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
So coming from a country which has been having engineering excellence for centuries that way, what is your outlook about India as an emerging, about its engineering might per se?
Look, it's like the infrastructure is one thing, and everybody in India is working very hard to establish an infrastructure. We talk cold chain. There's a lot of efforts being made by many state governments and the government. I think in those terms, there's much efforts being made. If we look at the understanding of the engineering of the people of India, that's at a very high level. My perception is that the trade level is where we need to do some efforts, not only here, but in many countries, because the technological change is so rapid. I think that a lot of young boys, young guys and girls for that matter, need to come up very quickly and develop very quickly in terms of the technical excellence and abilities that they have.
So last but not the least, what will be your wish list, 3 parameters to do better business in India? What will make Indian business ecosystem more friendly?
One of the challenges that we find and is very difficult for me to manage is the different taxes in the different states. I think that's something that is challenging for us from where we come from to deal with multiple tax rates. I think this is probably one of the most difficult things that we might need to deal with in terms of doing business. Apart from that, our guys, we've got a good pool of engineering guys that work for us. We've got good infrastructure in terms of being able to get to the market. So I think in those terms, look, really the taxes and the different tax rates and knowing what are the rules and how we have to deal with that is probably the most important thing, I think, from a corporate point of view.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir. So this was Mr. Bruyn, the Managing Director of Bitzer India. We wish him all the best for his expansion plans in the country. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you very much.